Hello friends, so welcome to the 32nd lecture of this course, and in this lecture I will talk about few identities related to gradient, and then I will introduce the concepts like divergence and curl for the given vector functions. So let us take a look of few identities on the gradient of a scalar function, and let us assume that we are having a vector r which is given by xi plus yj plus zk. So here let us say r is giving the magnitude of this vector. So this r cap r arrow is a vector function, but this r is the magnitude. So it will be a scalar function and it is given by magnitude of vector r. Now my first identity which I am going to prove is so that gradient of f of r. So here f is another function which is a function of r equals to f dash r multiplied with gradient of r. So let us try to obtain it. So del of f r will become del f r over del x in the direction of I cap, del f r over del y in the direction of j cap plus del f r over del z in the direction of k cap. Now f is a function of r and r is a function of x, y and z. So del by del x of f r can be written as del f over del r into del r over del x plus del f over del r into del r over del y plus del f over del r into del r over del z. Basically f is a function of r. So del f over del r is nothing just f dash r. So if I take this common, what I will be having del r over del x I plus del r over del y j plus del r over del z k. So this will be f dash r, and what is the term in square bracket? That is nothing just gradient of r, and this is what we need to prove in this identity. Let us take the second identity on this. So here I need to show that del of 1 upon r, or let us take this first, del of r equals to the vector r upon r. Let us try to obtain it. So I need to find out del r. So del r will become del r over del x del r over del y, del r over del z k. So, here if you see r is square root of x square plus y square plus z square. So, if I find out del r over del x here, it will be 1 by 2 x square plus y square plus z square raised to power minus half into twice of x. So, these 2 will be cancelled out. So, I will get x upon x square plus y square plus z square raised to power half, which is nothing my r. So, basically del r over del x is x upon r. Similarly, del r over del y will become y upon r, and del r over del z will become z upon r. So, put this value. So, x upon r I cap, y upon r j cap plus z upon r k cap, or if I take 1 upon r I out, I will get x I plus y j plus z k, and that is the vector r upon r. This is what we need to prove. Okay. The third identity is given as the gradient of 1 upon r equals to vector r upon r cube. So, let us try to obtain the proof of this identity. So, here del of 1 upon r. So, basically del of r inverse. So, del of r inverse will be so I can write in this way. Now, it will become minus r raised to power minus 2 into del r over del x I plus, and then it will become minus. So, again r raised to power minus 2 del r over del y in the direction of j, and similarly minus r raised to power minus 2 del r over del z in the direction of k. Sorry, it is minus here, this equals to minus of this. So, now if I take minus, or let me write in this way, minus 1 upon r square I take out. So, this I will be having del r over del x, which is x upon r, we have seen in the previous identity, plus this I have taken out. So, y upon r j plus z upon r k, okay, and that is minus, if I take 1 upon r out, in the denominator I will be having r cube, and then it will become x I plus y j plus z k, which is your vector r. That is all. Let us take one more identity for the same vector r. So, here the identity is so that gradient of log r equals to, it should be vector r upon r square. So, again we will follow the same process. So, del of log r, so it will become del okay. So, this is del of log r left hand side, this equals to 1 upon r into del r over del x, 1 upon r del r over del y j cap plus 1 upon r del r over del z k cap. I can take 1 upon r out, so it will become del r over del x x upon r I plus y upon r j plus z upon r k, and then it is nothing but vector r upon r square, because this 1 upon r you can take out, and in the bracket you will be having x I plus y j plus z k. So, this is the end of the proof, and let us take the final identity on this track. So, it is saying that the gradient of r raised to power n can be written as n r n minus 2 times vector r. So, again we will go with the same process. So, del r raised to power n, this will become okay. So, now let us do it. So, it will become n r n minus 1 into del over r over del x I plus, because this term will come in each. So, I have taken out, this will become del r over del y j cap plus del r over del z k cap. Again the same process which you have done in the previous 3 cases, del r over del x will become x upon r, y upon r j plus z upon r k, and this is nothing n times r raised to power n minus 2, because n minus 1 here, 1 upon r we have taken out into vector r, and that is the end of this proof. So, we have taken these 5 identities on the gradient for a given vector r, which is x I plus y j plus z k, and we have done proof of all these. Okay, now our next definition is divergence of a vector point function or vector field. So, let V arrow x y z be a vector function which is having component as So, V equals to V1 xyzi plus V2 xyzj plus V3 xyzk. Then the divergence of this vector function is denoted by divergence of V or the dot product of V with del operator, and given H you can understand from this particular notation, it is the dot product of del operator with vector V. So, del operator is del by del x in the direction of I, del over del y in the direction of j, plus del over del z in the direction of k, dot product with V, and V is V1i plus V2j plus V3k. So, this will become del V1 over del x plus del V2 over del y plus del V3 over del z. So, basically we can say the divergence of a vector function is the sum of their components with respect to partial derivatives of their components with respect to x, y and z respectively, means del V1 over del x plus del V2 over del y plus del V3 over del z, and physically it represents the flux in per unit volume, means if a material is moving through per unit volume, okay, then the divergence will measure the flux of that, means inflow minus outflow in per unit volume. Let us take some example how to find out it. Okay, so let us take an example. Let V equals to xyi plus yzj plus zxk, then divergence of V is this quantity, because this is del operator dot V and this comes out to be y plus z plus x, that is basically x plus y plus z. So, you can calculate this in very easy manner. Moreover, the another point you can note down that divergence of a vector function is a scalar quantity. Okay, it is a scalar function, not quantity. Another termination, let me take solenoidal vector field. So, a vector function solenoidal if divergence of V equals to 0, and the physical example or practical example of it is the magnetic field must be solenoidal. Another example, if you want to take, let us take V cap as yi minus xj, then divergence of V will be del by del x of y plus del by del x of minus x, and which is obviously 0. Okay. So, you can make other examples based on this particular definition. My next definition is curl of a vector field. So, again let V be a vector field such that it is given as V equals to V1 x y z I plus V2 x y z j plus V3 x y z k. Now, what we are having? Now, the curl of vector function V is denoted as curl of V or cross product of del operator and V, and it is given as I told you, cross product of del operator and V. So, it will be something I j k del by del x del by del y del by del z V1 V2 V3. So, let us calculate it. So, I component will become del V3 over del y minus del V2 over del z plus, now we will calculate j component. So, it will be del V1 over del z minus del V3 over del x plus k component will be del V2 over del x minus del V1 over del y. So, this is the curl of V. So, again you can notice the curl of a vector field is again a vector function, while the divergence of a vector function is a scalar function, and the gradient of a scalar function is a vector function. My next definition is irrotational vector. Basically, curl of a vector represent its vorticity. So, here from there I can define the irrotational vector. So, a vector function V is said to be rotational if its curl is 0. For example, take a vector function h minus y upon x square plus y square I x upon x square plus y square in the direction of j and plus 0 k. So, if I find out curl of this vector, so this will be del cross V and it will become I j k del y del x and then minus y upon x square plus y square x upon x square plus y square and 0. And when I do it, it comes out to be 0. Hence, it is an irrotational vector field. Now, take one more example. Let phi is given as 2x cube plus y square into z raised to power 4. Find divergence of grade phi and curl of grade phi. As you know, phi is a scalar function, so grade phi will become a vector function. So, here grade phi will become del phi over del xi plus del phi over del yj plus del phi over del z k. So, here what I will do, so it will become del phi over del x. So, 6 x square y square z raised to power 4i plus del phi over del yj. So, it is basically, so it will become 4 x cube y z raised to power 4 j plus 8 x cube y square z raised to power 3 j k. Now, divergence of this. So, divergence of grade phi will become 12 x y square z raised to power 4 plus 4 x cube z raised to power 4 plus that is del of grade phi over del z. So, it will become 24 x cube y square z raised to power 2. So, this will be the divergence of grade phi. Now, we will find out the curl of grade phi and this will comes out to be 0. Why it will be the 0? That we will discuss in the coming lecture. So, with this I will close this particular lecture. So, in this lecture we have done few identities on gradient and then we have seen the definition of divergence and curl for a given vector function. Thank you very much.